Okay, we're back. Episode 151. Yeah, we're just going to chat a little bit, talk a little bit. Like I said, last episode was kind of, just reflection a little bit. But we're back to regular scheduled programming here. Parker's back with me. Just want to keep this ship going, keep this boat going. We got some good responses, I feel like, on the last one, the little interview, that self-serving interview I did.
Yeah.
Got some
I
cool.
liked it.
Yeah, I liked it too. It was one thing that I'll take away from this, and then we'll move on move on. But it was like I kind of feel for people who I've interviewed before, because sometimes when you'd ask me a question, I knew what I wanted to say, but I couldn't find like the right words.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
For sure. You're kind of put on the spot.
Yes.
Too. Like you have to come up with an answer right now. And it's like you don't want to give your first answer. You want to like give a good answer.
Yeah.
But you kind of got to give it in like a timely manner.
Yeah.
So yeah.
And like I just did, like, it was one of those, dang, I wish I would have said that. It wasn't like that. I felt like I did pretty well, but that's kind of how I felt on the moment. I was like, dang, I felt like there was a point I was trying to make, or a point I was trying to get across that I feel like I didn't get it across.
Yeah.
But it turned out fine. And yeah, we're back. I guess, dude, the first thing that I want to talk about is just Mr. Beast. People being mad at Mr. Beast. We're about a week.
Okay.
We're about a week removed from this, but we talked about it a little bit. But so for those who don't know, Mr. Beast, biggest YouTuber on the planet, he cured 1,000 people of blindness. Okay, it's a great thing, right? No, not to some people. People just always want to look at the negative side of things, like. I get why people were mad because of the healthcare system, but why are you mad at Mr. Beast for curing this uncurable ailment that they would have never been able to do without him?
Yeah. I mean, I don't even see what you could be mad about, to be honest. Like, how are you going to be mad about this guy curing people of blindness? It doesn't make. What's their argument?
Well, like, people were just, it's like, people were like, oh my gosh, it's just like performance, this is just performance activism. You're like, you've seen those videos of people like feeding the homeless. Like, it's self-serving. Like, you're just trying to make yourself feel good because, you're trying to make yourself look good and get the views and clicks.
Okay. Well, I'll say that the difference is those people, they're going up to the homeless people and being like, hey, here's this money, here's this whatever. You have to let me post this to be, to get it. Pretty much. Mr. Beast, didn't he put out like a survey or something saying like, hey, if you want to be cured, like stop by?
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure that's how he did it. So
Yeah.
like they're coming
to
on
him.
their own.
Yeah, he's not I don't think he was exploiting anyone. And
No.
and to counter that argument about, people are just doing it to feed their own ego. At least they fed a homeless person.
That's true.
I mean,
it could have been for the likes, but at the same time, they fed a homeless person.
They gave a homeless person a cheeseburger, a French fries, and a Coke.
That's true.
I mean, it's not like that. Yeah, that's only going to give him 2 or 3 hours of like comfort, but like it's better than just like looking at him and then walking away like
Facts.
I do every time I see a
Facts.
homeless person.
Facts.
No,
and yeah, it's like he put this out there for people that wanted to be cured, like come by. They didn't have to, they chose to. So like it's different in that way too.
It's just wild because like I try not to like, we've made this abundantly clear. I try not to be the podcast like Sneeko where we own the libs and like we try and face the woke mob, but like that's objectively crazy.
Yeah
That's wild to be outraged by a person. Literally, like, when you think of blindness, that's like one thing that's like, oh my gosh, like the most extreme living condition. It's like living without a limb, being blind or deaf.
Yeah.
Okay, that's like 3 or 4 things that's just like, dude, I would hate to live like that. And
Yeah.
he fixed that.
Yeah.
For 1,000 people.
And people are still finding a way to hate on them. It's mind blowing. It's just like, I feel like it's people trying to cancel him. It's got to be like a sabotaging thing where like people are like, nah,
Yeah.
he's doing too good, making too much money. We got to get him out of here.
That is a good point. I mean, he is one celebrity that has never faced a whole ton of backlash. He's very pure and like just he stays out of the way and he just kind of focuses on him. And like I feel like some people for whatever reason hate to see that.
Yeah.
Like,
and I've been seeing like some stuff on like Snapchat, I think, in the little like news stories. It's like Mr. Beast ex-employee says he did this. I didn't even click on it because like, I don't care.
Yeah, and it was all shit.
Was it? See,
Yeah.
But it's like, why am I seeing all this stuff attacking him now? I feel like it's someone like the Matrix or whatever, like trying to get him out of here.
Yeah, and the thing is he, from what, unless he's just bold-faced lying, but I don't think he is. All the every time Mr. Beast does a podcast too, by the way, I'm listening to that whole thing. Guy's a genius on analytics and creator stuff.
Facts.
But he does a lot more philanthropy that he doesn't talk about too.
Mm.
So it's not like he's just doing everything on camera. He probably does the biggest things off of camera.
Yeah.
For all we know.
Yeah,
you know?
I mean, we only see what's on camera, but
True.
He could be a shitty person, I guess, outside.
He could be. So does that make up for all of the good he's done in his videos?
But someone that is using their money and making videos, like using their money to do things like that and give people things and help people out, I just can't see them being a shitty person outside of their videos.
I can't either.
Like,
and one thing I liked about Mr. Beast was, well, first of all, he's just an awesome creator. It's like all ages. You show your grandma Mr. Beast. I could show the coolest, hardest person most gangster person I know. Be like, dude, look at this guy. He gave 1,000 people a freaking free car.
yeah.
Like,
yeah.
it's captivating.
Yeah.
And he stays out the way and like he just does his thing, and that's just so dope because I feel like every like person who's reached some sort of status has kind of ran into some controversy before.
For sure. Except like LeBron James.
That's a good point.
How has he not had a scandal yet?
So, dude,
I'm sure
who
someone in the
said
comments
that?
would be like, well, he had,
Well,
but like, I don't remember any.
Besides, all right, dude, I can't remember who said that, but there was a sports analyst that said that, like, LeBron's been healthy his whole career pretty much.
Yeah.
Like, he's missed some time, but he's never had, like, a Kobe Bryant. Kobe Bryant blew his Achilles out. You know? Kobe Bryant broke his hand.
Yeah. That's true.
LeBron's only had, like, muscle issues, but, like, he takes care of the shit out of his body. But that was – I can't remember who said that, but someone made that point. Like, he's never had a scandal.
Yeah.
Kobe had a bad scandal.
Yeah.
Baron, a lot of NBA players. Baron Davis or Gilbert Arenas brought a gun to the locker room. You know, like that shit happens a lot.
But yeah, you don't see many people that have this much success without at least one scandal. But Mr. Beast, nah, and LeBron.
Nah. Look at Alex Rodriguez. Steroids. The greatest hitter of our, and I'll say this, the greatest hitter of our generation, Barry Bonds. No one wants to admit it, but, he may or may not have done steroids.
I mean, looking back, I feel like at the
I
time.
don't care.
I don't either.
I don't
At the
give a
time,
shit.
it was like a big deal, but like looking back, it's like everyone was doing it.
Dude, he just got caught.
Yeah.
He was just the best at it. And
everyone was doing that
on top
shit.
of that, he still got to make contact with the ball. Like,
yeah, all these guys are doing steroids as well, but they're not hitting 500 home runs.
he hit 763 of them.
Bro.
And think about the most jacked person the most jacked bodybuilder you put them on you make them put on some cleats and stand in the batter's box and tell them to hit 700 home runs.
Yeah.
They're,
Just because you're on steroids, it doesn't make that any more
No.
easy.
It's still impressive. I mean, yeah, compared to what Babe Ruth did and Hank Aaron did, was probably for their era. I mean, you could even make an argument for their era. Their pitchers probably were way worse. That's also another little tidbit too.
That's true. The pitching's gotten way better as well.
And then even I feel like basketball has been one sport that's almost probably from like maybe the 70s to now. There's been improvement obviously, but like the physicality, I don't know if it's changed as much as like how baseball has. Like imagine
Yeah.
Kareem Abdul-Jabbar and Wilt Chamberlain. They were 7'1" in the 70s. You know?
Yeah, that's true. I know people are shooting more threes now, which means less like physical contact than.
I feel like
There
maybe they
was.
were even, but like, you know, there's that argument where people were like, oh, well, would LeBron have thrived in the 80s or would MJ thrive in the 2020s? You know, he probably would. MJ's a special case, but like, you know, imagine if we put Kareem in today or put somebody like Larry Bird
Yeah.
in today's game.
Yeah. Yeah.
I think it would translate, but if you put Babe Ruth against like, you know, Max Scherzer, I don't know if that's going to translate as well.
Maybe. I don't know. Part of me wants to say it's all just gotten way better, and every sport, like as it goes on, it just gets like more and more competitive. But I don't know.
Speaking of competitive, let's talk about the Call of Duty stuff a little bit or whatever we can.
Yeah, for sure.
The COD Major. So over here, Optic fan only because of this man.
Let's go.
And so it's the only reason that I've even been able to keep up with it, or really just anything. If you want to keep up with a sport, pick a team and just follow it.
Yeah.
Pretty much. Like that's why I try and encourage you about soccer. Like,
Yeah.
find a team and just watch all their games and follow all their accounts and all the players.
Yeah, because
You
it
know?
can be overwhelming if you're
Yeah.
getting into something new to look at every team. But that's a good point. Yeah, follow a team.
Pick a team.
You'll see like some trades that go down between
Yeah.
your team and another team. Then you're like, oh, who do they have that we got? You know, or blah, blah, blah. And you'll get more into the league that way.
So, was this first or the second major?
This was the second major.
Okay, so who won the first one?
New York Subliners.
Okay, who the hell plays for
So,
them?
yeah. So, I mean, for anyone who doesn't know, Call of Duty, they have 5 majors throughout the year. Which, I mean, I can sit here and make a case for esports, but I'm not going to because esports are getting big, like with every game.
It's kind of people already seeing it. I feel like
Yeah,
even
I mean,
casual
yeah,
people.
like schools
There's a
are
2K
having
league.
like, yeah, colleges are having like scholarships for
Yeah,
like
League of Legends,
League, Fortnite,
Yeah.
CS:GO.
That's wild.
Yeah, but Call of Duty, so they have 5 majors, and it's throughout the course of the year. You know, a game comes out every year, and through that time period, while the game's out, that 1 year, they have 5 different majors. So they just had the first one in like January, and now they just had the second one, and I think the 5th one is in like May.
Yeah.
So that's when it ends. Then you have the off season until the new game comes out. But
It's kind of wild that they play it that early. I feel like that's because the game comes out November, right?
yeah,
Or October.
October this year.
And then
yeah.
you pretty much only get 3 months to practice it.
Yeah,
But I guess that does kind of make. I mean,
it's kind of that way with baseball too, I guess.
yeah,
Well,
that is true. The off season.
but
Yeah, any sport really. Yeah, you're right.
But yeah, so NYSL, New York Subliners, won the first major. So that was cool. They have this guy, Priesta, Kismet, Hydra,
Just some nasty
and
guys.
I forget the 4th one right now. But I mean, yeah, I mean, I don't really know how, like, what the people would want to know. I don't want to go into too much detail about Call
I
of
want to
Duty.
talk about what's currently going on. So this is gonna hit. This might only just be for Kobe, but like if you're into Call of Duty, period. If you play COD, and to be honest, the people who really that I have to speak to that know COD, like Ty Weatherly, he's probably not gonna watch this, but Ty Weatherly is one guy that like it's been in the CDL a little bit, and I've talked to people in general about it, but so I didn't realize that they shook up their rosters that much.
Oh, yeah.
So like there was a major that just happened this past weekend. Thieves or who won? FaZe?
LA Thieves. Or no, FaZe did win. I'm sorry.
FaZe won.
Thieves came in second.
And yeah, Optic got rid of Illy.
Mm-hmm.
And was there any other changes? Probably just him. But he's gonna go to a team.
No, there was a lot of other changes. So like, again, I don't know. I don't want to do too much inside baseball here, but basically, yeah, my team is Optic, and they have 4 guys: Illy, Dashy, Shotzi, and Hook. And they dropped Illy after Optic finished 4th in this past major. Illy didn't have his best tournament, but he didn't do bad by any means. I don't think a change was necessary. They could have kept all 4 guys But for whatever reason, they decided to drop Illy, and they picked up this guy Ghosty.
Okay,
from
so
the Challengers.
so they already picked up somebody.
Yeah.
That's what I was gonna ask.
So you have the COD League, the CDL, which is like Major League Baseball, and then you have the Challengers League, which is like AAA, you know. And guys can do good in AAA and come up to the
Right.
majors. They can do good in Challengers, come up to the CDL, and that's kind of what happened. Like with Toronto Ultra, they have this guy Scrap, who was in Challengers for a long time, was snapping. Now he's on their team, snapping. So that's what's going on with this guy Ghosty.
Yeah, I'm reading it right now. Ghosty has joined Optic and replaced Illy in the starting lineup. Ghosty recently won the Boston Open over the weekend and was the unofficial MVP, averaging 1.3 KD,
Oh, nice!
which is crazy. I can't even get a 1.0 KD in pubs. So if that tells you anything, I mean, he's got to be pretty damn good.
Shit, that's cool. Then I didn't know that.
So and then Brack, is he another guy?
Yeah,
Brack's
Brack's been in the league
added
before.
back into the starting lineup for Mutineers.
Yeah.
Crimsick has joined FaZe Clan. Oh, never mind. What the hell is this?
As a content creator.
Okay. Oh, as a sim racer? What the hell is that? It says
sim racer?
Crimsick has joined FaZe Clan as a
Oh.
professional sim racer.
like a racing simulator. Like he gets in
I
the
guess.
cars.
Okay, but yes. Well, shit. Basically, we'll get more into it. I think it would be cool if we did more segments focused just on, or dude, even your channel would be really dope. Your TikTok or your Twitch would be really dope if you just sat down and had like a whole baseball tonight segment, you know, and then chopped it up. That would be really cool because it's really interesting because dude, esports are the future.
Yeah, I think so.
And
for sure.
in every game, this is something I've realized. Every game, there's another level to every game.
yeah.
Even like what we talk about all the time with like the freaking Mario speedruns. People find a way
Yeah.
to be the most fucking competitive they can in
Yeah.
any game.
Which I like that. I mean, nowadays people call them sweats, you know? Like back in the day when I was playing in like middle school, it was just, wow, this guy's really fucking
Yeah,
good
he's
at the
really
game. Now if you're good, you're like, oh, this guy's a sweat. Like it's kind of a trend to like hate on people that are good at that shit. But like you said, I think it's the future, bro. Like I said, colleges are giving out scholarships for fucking esports teams now.
Yeah.
Like it has every aspect that people love about sports minus the physical.
Exactly.
It's not physical. Yes, you're sitting there with a controller, but every other aspect, the teamwork, the play calling, everything you like about sports, esports has it.
I agree 100%. And Call of Duty is a good one to start out on. I feel like as a CD, because like not everyone's a Call of Duty fan. Some people are, prefer Apex. Like I know people who literally only play Apex Legends, and I know people who still play Fortnite and shit. And like,
those games are battle royale, so it takes a certain type of person. Like
It
you
is
have to
different.
wait. It's a lot of waiting and positioning. What I like about Call of Duty is it's very fast paced and in your face constantly. And like one wrong move, you're faced with so many decisions throughout the match. Like whenever you spawn up, do I go left? Do I go right?
Right.
After you choose that, now do I go left? Do I go right? There's so many small decisions that you're making every second that determine the outcome of the game. And that's what I like about Call of Duty as opposed to other esports.
And it's just a familiar game. Everyone knows Call of Duty, man. For some reason, and I don't know, maybe you can, because you have more experience with first person shooters, but why is Call of Duty so, like, why is it so familiar, or like why is it so, I don't want to just say good, but like why has it had so much success compared to like Battlefield or Rainbow Six Siege or CS:GO? Like why Call of Duty, I guess? Or is it just an American thing? Potentially.
It could be just an American thing, but I think it has a lot to do with what I said. Like just like how people's attention spans are going down because of TikTok. TikTok is like the most popping thing right now because of how instant you get that gratification. It's very quick. Yeah. Call of Duty is the fastest with that. It's kind of like, I don't know how to explain it. Compared to like, CS:GO or even Rainbow Six. It's like those games. There's a lot more waiting, and then Battlefield. There's a lot more
Well,
waiting.
yeah, the maps are
It's
massive.
very slow
Yeah.
pace. Call of Duty is the fastest one where you get instant gratification
Yeah.
for a kill. Then you die, you come right back, and you're right into another gunfight. It's very like, it's the fastest. I guess.
I guess that's a good point.
Because
to
I can't
bring.
think of any other one that's fast like that. Even like Halo, you have way more health.
Mm.
It's almost the same game, but you have way more health, so it takes a lot more bullets. Call of Duty is just so fast. Everything about it.
Right.
I think that's what
Interesting.
people like about it.
Here, I wanna we're gonna react to a this is funny that I'm gonna take this video seriously, but an
Mhm.
XQC video, and he's low-key dropping some knowledge here.
Okay.
Okay. And it's hilarious because, you know, we think of XQC as like this goofy guy, but he's actually very smart.
Yeah.
Um,
Did you hear that guy roasting him on Call of Duty?
Why does he talk? I know he's French Canadian, but bro, slow down.
I
Is that how
know.
they talk in
Dude,
Canada?
I don't know, man.
Because and I know we talk slow down here, but holy.
Oh,
All
that
right.
video is funny. The Gen Z worship set.
If you're making 120K, you're not poor. You're balling the fuck out. Not in California. Hey, dude, well, not in Chicago. Hey, man, not in New York. Move! Move! Get a new fucking place! Stop living in shitty fucking places! Go back to the fucking rent and the places, fucker!
If you're making 120K a year, like you're literally balling the fuck out. Okay.
Yeah, that's good money.
And very good money. People don't realize that is literally, if you make over 6 figures a year, you're already in like the top 10% or something of the wealth in the U.S.
Mhm.
You're rich as fuck, and people think that you have to be like a freaking like a millionaire, Ellie, to be like super rich, like successful. Like that's the barometer to be successful. And like it's just, I think it's awesome to see someone, because he's rich as hell,
Mhm.
to see someone like him kind of in touch with reality a little bit
Yeah.
and not realize, because I'm sure he makes that much in a week,
Yeah.
you know, but he realizes it. So I don't
Yeah,
know.
no, that's true. I mean, 120K is insane. Like you should be good with that. But I guess people want to say like inflation, and if you live in places like LA, it's probably, you know, a lot more
Why
expensive.
do you have to live in LA?
But yeah, move. Go
Hey.
somewhere cheaper.
Go ball the fuck out in, or right outside of LA.
Yeah.
If you're from California, like, you know, say like, all right, we live near Nashville. Okay, you can get a really, well, Murfreesboro is expensive as shit, but you could go somewhere outside of Nashville if you wanted to be close to Nashville, but you don't have to live in Nashville and pay quadruple what you would pay for a 1-bedroom apartment downtown.
Yeah.
You know, that's just, unless that's how you want to live.
Yeah, you
but
don't have to do that. Yeah, you can ball out and spend your money wisely.
You can ball out with 120K
Yeah.
a year, dude. Oh my God,
No, that's more than enough.
that's plenty, dude. Speaking of him, man, every freaking time I click on his live, that man has like 80,000 people watching him just
Yeah.
do whatever the hell he's doing.
Yeah.
Like-
same.
He was playing the, all right, and I will say this too. He was playing the Harry Potter game the other day,
Mm.
and he was giving really good analysis on it. Like, he was like, okay, these are the pros and cons. You know, like the pros are it looks pretty good, the story's okay, and he was like, the cons are, you know, the fighting is a little bit monotonous, you know, XYZ. But he was like, it's a pretty good game though. I mean, a gamer who gets paid to fucking play games all the time.
Oh, dude. I mean,
like-
that's the dream job right
I
there,
know.
man. Fuck. That's the dream job.
I've just been into like, and I talked about it a little bit earlier last week, but like, dude, I've just been really back into paranormal shit. Like,
Oh, yeah.
I've just been binging the shit out of these YouTube videos of like paranormal investigations, and it's just like, I
Do
know.
the people know that, like, we used to be on that shit?
Oh yeah, for sure. I gotta find like a screenshot or a picture or
Dude,
something.
we
and pop it
were
up.
the best team of ghost hunters in Murfreesboro.
Yeah.
Like no one was doing it like us at one point in time.
Yes.
Every weekend we had a group. We have a website actually still right now. He'll put the link right here.
That is crazy.
It's still up and running. You can look at us. It's like pictures of us. We're in high school, but we have a website. We got shirts. We would go every weekend to somewhere new that was haunted and do a whole ass investigation. We had the fucking EVP recorders, the night vision cameras. Dude, we had it all, man. That was fun.
Yeah, man. I honestly want to get back into it in some capacity. I was looking on Amazon at like some of the equipment.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, you don't need much. You need a video camera, of course.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think because it's been so long since we
Well,
did it.
Yeah, a camera. It's just the only thing is like. I mean, no, we have everything we would need. It just wouldn't be up to like the freaking Ghost Hunters, like the Travel Channel TV show production.
Right.
But like, dude, we all could like record shit with our phones and get some little
Yeah.
tape recorders and a couple of those EVP readers.
Yeah. Dude, it's funny, man. That shit, everyone thinks they're hard until you walk up on a place that is haunted
And you feel it.
and you feel it and you're
Dude.
sitting there and like, I can't even explain it. It just gets like the air gets thick and you just like, your
You
heart
can't-
starts beating a little fast. You're looking around thinking you're seeing stuff out of the corner of your eye.
Because there's a difference between, okay, like say you stop at a sketchy gas station in the middle of the night, like that kind of fear that you feel. You're like, what? I could get robbed right now.
Yeah.
There's a different type of fear when you're dealing with like stuff you can't see,
Yeah.
but you can only feel intensely.
Yeah, man.
You know.
Yeah.
It's a different, and like you said, yeah, bro, you can be the hardest person on earth, but once you sit in a dark ass room, in like an abandoned church,
yeah. Yeah.
and you start to feel things,
Dude. Oh yeah, man. There's been some crazy stuff that I've experienced doing that
Yeah.
shit. I mean, we did it for probably like 3 or 4
we
months.
did it for a while, yeah, like
I'd say,
heavy,
like every weekend.
Yeah.
For like 3 or 4 months we would go somewhere new. We had one guy at the Walking Horse Hotel in Shelbyville, Tennessee. The owner, we told him we were like a professional ghost hunting team or whatever.
Yeah.
The owner left the key for us under the doormat and just gave us the whole hotel
yeah,
for the night. He was like, just conduct your investigation, do whatever you want for
Yeah.
the whole night. Just leave the key.
and we were
under here.
kids, we were teens.
Yeah, the whole hotel to ourselves, dude. That was fun.
We need to do honestly, we need to try and go back to there.
Yeah,
That would be awesome.
You remember that?
We wouldn't
that
even
big ass mural he had of his
I
wife.
was just thinking about that. Yeah. So
in the
that
bottom
was
floor?
honestly one of the most intense. I didn't feel scared there, but I was like, she's here,
Yeah, yeah. No, that place.
you know?
Yeah, out of all the places
There.
we've been, that place has been the most haunted.
And
For
then
sure.
I specifically, dude, so it would be so bad, not bad, but it would be so extreme that I just remember this one church we drove to about 45 minutes away. And I wish I could take the picture of it in my head and put it on
Oh.
the screen.
Bethbury.
Was that it? The one with the creepy, it looked like a Scooby-Doo movie,
Yes,
literally.
Bethbury Church.
It was a church
And,
and just
like-
a graveyard.
Yeah, yeah.
That was one of the
Dude, oh my god, I feel like I'm gonna see that in like.
Dude,
I did see that in
Okay.
like a dream or something. Like,
I know you haven't finished Harry Potter. I swear to God, it looks like the end of the fourth of the Goblet of Fire.
I've seen that movie.
Okay, all right, you know the end where Cedric,
oh, they touch the thing and they're transported.
the port key, and
That
then
is
at
what
the
it
end
looks
where you
like.
see Voldemort in the flesh for the first time.
is
That
what
is
it
what
looked
that
like.
freaking cemetery looked like.
Yeah, dude.
And
Facts.
then it felt like that. It had like this fog.
yes,
You
dude.
just looked over like,
It had like that big gate that like screeched really loud when you opened it.
dude, I
Oh.
am down to try some stuff out here soon and just revamp that.
Dude, I'm with it, man.
Just
the only thing is we're adults now, so we can't be trespassing like we were before.
exactly, precisely.
We'd be trespassing.
yeah, we
got to
figure out a legal way to do that. And hey,
Yeah.
there is one. So I have been. not only watching like paranormal investigations and stuff, but I've been watching some like background videos, background stories on Ed and Lorraine Warren, who, if you've seen the Conjuring movies, they are the main, pretty much the main characters, besides like, you know, the people who have possessed houses and shit.
Yeah.
The what intrigued me about them was why you never know if people are bullshitting. So that's one like element of like paranormal haunted shit. People could be lying, you know, but there's some shit that's like undeniable, you know, like, or at least just weird, unexplainable, I guess is a better way to describe that.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Like when it comes to like haunted stuff, like people can say, "Oh, I saw this or that," but also like there's some stuff like with like the Annabelle doll, bro. People, grown adults are terrified of that thing,
Yeah.
like horrified of it.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? And at the end of the day, it's just a doll, but there's something attached to it.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, if everyone's feeling the same way about this doll,
Yeah.
I mean, it has to be something.
And so yeah, that's kind of like the question I guess I'm going to ask you is, do you think that like these big time, you know, mediums and psychic people, do you think they're all full of shit, or you think any of them are? Like, oh my God, like I feel this presence in this room. It's very dark, and one of them died in a car crash. That's what I can feel. I can feel that one of them either died in a car crash or.
Man, I'm not gonna say I don't believe in that, because I definitely do. I'm gonna say 75% of them are bullshitters.
I think so too.
I think so, but I think it exists. I think it definitely exists. There's people out there that have that ability, but I don't think there's a lot of them. Like, it's very rare.
All right. Well, do you think that anyone can have that ability, or do you think it's like just kind of like God given? You know,
I think it's God given. I don't think it's something you learn. I think it's kind of like
if you wanted to, like you think
it's almost like an empath, but like on steroids. Like like empaths can kind of like read vibes and read people without even saying anything.
Mm-hmm.
Like some people just are that way and some
Right.
aren't. I think it's like that, but some people just got that sixth sense where they just know.
Yeah, I think a lot of it is an ego thing, especially the people who lie. At least, like that's a
Yeah.
big ego thing. Like, well, I can talk to ghosts, and I can see ghosts and figures, and you can't.
Yeah, and they put on the act real well. They
Yeah.
know what to say. They know, I feel a dark presence in this. You know, they know
Yeah.
what to say to make it look like they know what they're saying.
Yeah, I don't know. That's just been my besides playing the game, playing FIFA and COD, like that's been the only thing that I've done recently. I haven't really watched any shows. It's just been like mostly YouTube videos recently.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's interesting. I wonder what one thought I had was, I wonder what paranormal stuff has to do with like aliens. If that has any, like, I wonder if like these people who are really into paranormal stuff have ever like, I wonder if those like fields ever cross, like
Yeah.
alien stuff and paranormal
Well,
stuff.
Yeah, I'd be thinking that with like demons too. Like, I'm religious. I believe like there's angels
Yeah.
and demons that walk the earth, and like, yeah, where what is like a ghost? What is a demon? What is a regular spirit? What is an alien?
Yeah, like what is out of this earth,
yeah,
unearthly,
yeah,
and what's just like, you know, a calm spirit.
yeah, like you said, where do those cross? Like,
I'm sure they have, because
like an alien, like if you believe that there's like another species way light years away that can somehow like transport here, I'm sure they can transport as like energy that some people would catch on like an EVP, or like
yeah,
that
that makes you think.
that would think, oh, it's a ghost, but like, is that just another like is that an alien from like a
Yeah,
distant
and then
fucking planet or something?
And we all think that it's just a ghost.
Yeah. I feel like where do those paths cross?
And there's, man, I think there's so much in this world that we don't know, I think you're dumb to like not believe in something paranormal, man. Like
Yeah.
man, it's just I mean, like I said, I've been watching these videos. I've seen some creepy stuff, but nothing like profound. Like there's never been a video of a ghost or a picture of a ghost.
I've seen some stuff.
Yeah, I mean, like I've seen a picture, but like you haven't just straight up.
Dude, there's
maybe?
been some videos on TikTok.
Okay.
Yeah, there's been some videos I've seen that I'm like, how the fuck do you explain that? Like, what is that? TikTok, man, they got some crazy stuff on there.
So this is the this is the only reason I can pull this up quickly is because I just saw it. So Zach Bagans, actually he actually did catch one on film.
No, yeah, because I used to be all into Ghost Adventures. That was my show. I watched like every episode, and I remember there's been some where he's like seen like something walking, like a shadow figure or something. Dude, I mean, it would take me forever to find it, but I've seen some videos on TikTok that are unexplainable.
This would be a good. Hold on. Of course, I can't spell. Oh damn! Where is it? I just saw it. Hold on. Zach.
Bro, I'm surprised you're not like your algorithm isn't showing you like all types of ghost shit.
I know,
with
right?
how much you like it and talk about it.
And it hasn't, and it probably will now that I've talked about it a lot, but it really hasn't.
Dude. Yeah.
Let's see. There was one specifically because those guys, those Sam and Colby I watched, they went to the same spot and they were like in this room. Of course I can't find it. I swear it was literally like 2 arms and 2 legs, like just a person walking, and it was just like a white a ghost.
Yeah. Yeah, man. I mean, no, I've seen videos like that for sure. I can't think of any. The only one I could think of off the top of my head right now is this guy's walking in a hotel, and it's like, you know how hotels are. They have the long hallways with rooms lining the sides.
Yeah.
So he's just walking down this hallway, and all of a sudden this like black like figure appears. Like, I can't even explain it. Like smoke almost, like really dark, like thick smoke just appears like in front of him. And dude, he gets like swept off his feet and like lands on his back and gets like dragged down the hallway by his leg. And he's like freaking out by this like just black thing that's like going down the hall, like pulling him. And all of a sudden it like disappears, and he like gets up and like runs the other way. Like it looks legit to me. I don't know how you would fake something like that.
Yeah.
But I'm not. Just me explaining it, you're probably like, oh, it was probably like a wire to the people listening. But like, you gotta see the video, man.
Yeah.
Like, it's crazy.
My from what I've like gathered, and like the best thought I can put toward an explanation of what it is or why we can't see it is maybe it's just like they like the 4th dimension or something, that these ghosts, these spirits are like always all around us, but like for some reason we can't see them, but we can definitely feel them sometimes, you know, or hear it.
Yeah.
But like, why maybe they just don't want to make themselves known. And I guess I get that, but why not?
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. I think you're right. It's definitely beyond like our understanding, because the analogy I always go to is like trying to teach a dog the internet.
Yeah.
Like how to use a computer. Like no matter how good you train that dog, he's not going to understand how the internet works.
Yeah.
No matter how hard you try to explain.
Here, use my phone to type a tweet out for me.
Yeah, I mean, you might could train him to hit certain keys, like people train him to do the buttons.
Yeah.
But he's not going to understand how the internet works, no matter how much you explain it to him. And I feel like that's kind of like us with that kind of stuff. We just cannot comprehend right now.
And like, if you believe in paranormal stuff, there's a distinct difference between demons. And I think, and this is so funny that like people, you'll see these like edgy people like Zach Bagans, who doesn't, you know, he seems like this really gothic guy, like an atheist maybe even. Mm-hmm. But dude, this is hilarious. But when it gets really cracking and some shit gets scary, you know what they always do? They start praying to God.
Yeah.
So if that tells you anything about like God, God's real. Okay, but like people, it doesn't matter. They'll shove God aside until some demonic stuff starts happening.
Right.
And then they're like, okay, well, you know what?
Right.
Hey, God. And they'll pull that cross out with the quickness.
Right.
You know?
Because then it's like, if that's happening to you, like this demonic stuff or the spiritual stuff, then you know it's real. Like if it's happening to you and you're getting scared, you know it's real. So you're going to go to the other thing on the other side of the spiritual realm. And like, that's what you need for protection. But yeah, that's what I've always said too. It's like, if you believe that demons are real, you got to believe that there are good spirits too. I don't think like anyone believes it's just bad spirits.
Yeah, I don't
every
think
spirit,
so.
every ghost is evil. Like that doesn't seem right.
No.
So if there are evil spirits, which there are, because people like get tormented and bad things happen to people, then there has to be good spirits too.
Right.
Therefore, there has to be like God or like a good side to it.
I agree. Yeah, there's just such a prominent, because with these investigations I've been watching, like when they start to, because one of them, they had a girl on who was a medium, and she was like, this is not a ghost. This is a demon. I'm not messing. I'm done here. I'm not going any farther with trying to contact this entity.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm done. You guys, if you guys want to keep going, go ahead, but I know what I'm dealing with. And it's just wild. Like that shit is real, and you can challenge it all you want.
Yeah.
For some, and man, it's hard to explain because it's hard to explain because it's hard to explain. It's hard to prove. But it's fucking real, man. It's like,
I'll have to come with some videos next time, dude, because I swear,
I'd like to
I've
do
seen
that.
some TikToks that will blow your mind.
Yeah.
No bullshit. I just got to find them. I'll have them for next time.
Yeah, I mean, like the Conjuring movies specifically, like those were. So this is my journalism hat here, being an investigator. What was it? They're all based on true stories, right? And so the third one is The Devil Made Me Do It. So this guy gets possessed by a demon and murders his neighbor. Has no recollection of it, allegedly, obviously. Goes to trial and it works. He's like, the devil made me do it. I have no idea what happened. And he gets off. He's still alive. And he did an interview with those YouTubers. Actually, he was there. That guy.
That guy.
That
He
guy.
did an interview.
Yes.
Wow.
And he's like alive and well. And he was like, yeah, I got. Basically, what happened was there was something haunted in his house. Like there was stuff going on, and then he was like the older brother, and was like, leave my sister alone. Come at me, and it like attacked him. And they have like an exorcism there and stuff.
Wow. That stuff's intriguing to me. It's like the people that get possessed. Are we good?
Yeah.
The people that get possessed, it's like, and the people that do bad things, it's like, is that even really them? Like, is that a real thing? Like, do people get possessed and it's not even them? It's like an evil spirit using their body as a vessel to carry out like work that they want to do. And the actual person really has no recollection of it. Like
how much,
these bad things
it's
that
easy
people
to, it's
do,
easy
like
to
school shootings. And
Yeah.
I'm not trying to like, give these people an out and say like anything, but I'm just saying like, I would like to know if that stuff is really real.
It's hard to prove, man. I mean, it's hard. It's not all right in that situation. It's hard to prove, and even like these movies that are based on true stories, like, dude, it's hard to see how much of it is fabricated.
Yeah,
especially with someone as reputable as like the Warrens. Like, it's hard to prove the claims that are made as well. Like, some people said that some of the stuff they made was like blown out of proportion. Some people tried to say that they're frauds, etc. But like, how do you like they would go to these exorcisms with these preachers and they would claim that like, bro, like people were levitated in the sky and like slammed down, bent all the way, like possessed by a demon doing an exorcism and bent in half, like backwards. Like, how do you? It's the most ridiculous shit you've ever heard in your life. How can you believe it?
Right.
You know?
Well, I will say, we got a buddy we know. His name's Clay Riggs. He told me a story one time about he was in somewhere in East Tennessee where he went to college, and it was Halloween. Him and some of his buddies decided to do some mushrooms. So that could have had something to do with this. You'll see why later. But they do some mushrooms. They go to this party, and they're having a good time. It's Halloween, so everyone's like dressed up and stuff. And they decide to go back to one of their baseball player friends' house. So they go back to his house. They're hanging out. There's this girl there. She wants to smoke weed for the first time. So they're sitting there. They light the bowl up. She smokes. And Clay said, like, all of a sudden she gets real quiet for, like, the longest time. Like, just sitting there quiet. And eventually they're like, yo, like, are you good?
You okay?
Yeah, what's wrong with you? And she just doesn't say anything. He said all of a sudden she gets up and walks to the bathroom, shuts the door, and they don't really, like, think anything of it. But she's in there for, like, 5-10 minutes. And they're like, should we check on her?
Yeah.
They go in there. She's in the bathtub with the water running, fully clothed in the bathtub, but like soaking wet. Like her hair's wet, like she had gotten all the way in, like just sitting there, fully clothed, soaking wet. So they're like, what the fuck? Like, you need to get out. Like,
what
come
are you
here.
doing?
Yeah, what's going on? So they get her out. They get her to the bedroom. And he said she's sitting on the bed. They're like kind of sitting there with her, like, are you good? She's still not talking. All of a sudden, she says, like, she looks up and she's like, you guys need to stop talking. Like, he'll hear you. And they're like, what the fuck? Like, who? What are you talking about?
Yeah.
She's like, no, please, like, stop talking. He'll hear you. And they keep being like, what are you talking about? Like, shut up. Like, it's fine. Chill. And she's like freaking out more and more. Like, no, please stop talking. And all of a sudden she says, like, he's here. And Clay said, like, she looked like to the right, and all of a sudden, bro, she like started bending like in ways like you're talking about. Like, he said her arms bent like backwards.
Yeah.
Her like back bent backwards. Like, she started like bending in ways like he'd never seen before.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden, like, they're like freaking out, they're like, what the fuck is going on? She like is like that. Then she like screams really fucking loud. And Clay said he just like took off out of the room. Like, he was scared as fuck. And he said, like, she had a boyfriend there. Apparently the boyfriend like stayed with her, but he was like, nah, like, we gotta get out of here.
Yeah,
like,
we gotta go.
because they were on mushrooms. So he was like, I can't deal with this.
No, absolutely
And so he
not.
just left after that. But dude, he told me that story, and that's what you're talking about. It's like, when that shit happens, it's like, how do you explain that?
How do you explain it?
Because that's one of our friends that like I trust. Like,
Right.
That's not some random dude on the internet. Like,
yeah.
that's my friend that told me that firsthand account. And it's like, how do you deny that? He saw that shit happen.
I know. And I just, man, I wish humans weren't the way they were and had the capability of telling lies
Yeah.
like we do.
Right.
It would make things so much easier. But
Right. Because it could have been a lie. It could have been a lie. But why would he just make that up?
I know.
Maybe he exaggerated the story.
Right.
But I wasn't there. I don't know. But yeah, it's like, how do you know if that's really what happened? Until it happens to you, I guess.
Mm-hmm. So, the Bell Witch. Hold on. You know the Bell Witch Cave?
Yeah.
All right. So it's in Adams, Tennessee. It's like north of Nashville. Have you heard about it, kind of, sort of?
Yeah.
All right. So that cave, the Sam and Colby, I keep going back to them, but they do such a good job. But they went there, and dude, there's literally a witch spirit in that freaking cave that just wreaks havoc. Like, it's crazy as fuck. And so get this, there was a house. I might be butchering this. Just look it up yourself. But there was a house that was near there, and it was haunted, obviously, in the 1800s. And there was one guy that this spirit just kept attacking, and he is the only person in American human history on his death certificate to be, his cause of death is just paranormal activity.
Really?
Yes. He literally just died in his sleep because, like, basically the spirit like stopped his heart in the middle of the night. and he's the only person that was the only way you could explain how he died.
Holy fuck.
Like all these people who have died of like exorcisms and stuff, you know, they just like, oh, heart attack,
Yeah.
you know, cardiac arrest or whatever. And this was in Tennessee.
Yeah, it's like you know you've had those dreams where like you're dying or something, then you wake up. It's like, what did he dream about? Like,
I know.
because I feel like when you're in that realm, the dream realm, that's the realm where like spirits live, whatever that is.
I think so too.
Because it's very weird that we have to reconnect to something, to the source. We can only be alive and conscious on this earth for so long, for so many hours before
physically,
we have to
you have to.
fake dead and for a couple hours
Yeah.
and reconnect to something else. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
That's weird. We have to do that all the time. And I think that realm is where like spirits lie. Because it's weird, dude. You'll have like full lives
Yeah.
in that spirit realm or that dream realm. You'll have full lives. You're like hanging out with people, doing things. And then you look back and you're like, why did I even believe that was real? Like,
yeah.
that's
What
so
the heck?
obviously
that
not
makes
real.
no sense.
But in the moment, it feels real. And fuck, I forget where I was going with that.
The dreaming. I mean, just
Oh yeah, the guy that died in his sleep.
yeah.
So I feel like maybe like he was in that realm, and the spirit was so like connected to him and fucking
Right.
with him so bad. Somewhere in that realm, it happened to him,
yes.
and the spirit was so powerful it like made his heart stop.
Yeah, that's just crazy, man. That's a place I eventually want to go, is the Bell Witch Cave.
Yeah, that would be fun.
Yeah,
Because dude, you can. I mean, I've lucid dreamed. You can lucid dream if you practice it and look up how to do it.
Mhm.
You can lucid dream.
yeah,
But it's very scary because you will come in contact with spirits. You will. And they will put on this act in this front like they're people you know and love,
mm-hmm.
but they're not. And it's very scary. And people say like you can go there and your spirit can get lost, like in Insidious, you know? And
Yes.
like you don't come back. I mean, that's never happened to me, but I have been in that room and it is very scary, and I did encounter spirits. So like I know it's very real firsthand.
Yeah, man, there's just such a. I know a lot of people are bullshitters, so like I see that to a certain extent. People are scammers out there in the world with this, but there's some of it. You just kind of got to do your own research and own investigations,
Mm-hmm.
and live through your own experiences.
Yeah.
When it comes to how valid these situations are, like how valid these stories are.
Yeah.
And I don't know what it is. I talked to about this with you like last week, but for some reason the Northeast, like Connecticut specifically, is like a hub for haunted stuff. And I
Mhm.
don't know why. Like there's the haunting in Connecticut. I think all three of the Conjuring movies take place in Connecticut. You know, it's so weird. And I think specifically with the United States, I think it has to do with like Native American stuff. I think we have been cursed by the Native Americans
Yeah.
in some
I can
way,
see that.
because you know they were locked in to the spirit realm.
Yeah, for sure.
Like the Native Americans were one with nature
Mm-hmm.
to a T, like the Egyptians,
Mm-hmm.
you know, and you know the white man came and took the land, and you know I just think that a lot of it has to do with that.
Yeah, that definitely makes sense.
I just
could see that.
specifically that because like you hear about a lot of this stuff happening in like the Northeast,
Mhm.
like I guess where it first started, where the settlements first started, you know.
Right. That's what I was thinking when you said that.
Mm-hmm. And then another, like, you know, you get into like other man, there's so much, man. It's just so intriguing to me, and I don't know. It's just intriguing to me. That's really it. It's really all I got on it. I just
It is.
want to.
I don't see how it can't be intriguing to someone.
Yeah,
I mean,
dude.
You're literally dealing with stuff that like happens after you die. Like people think about death every day.
That's it. Yeah.
So it's like, how do you not wonder what's out there?
There's like
beyond life.
two things that we kind of really don't know for a cold hard fact or have a good theory on, and that's like paranormal and space.
Yeah.
Like we think we know about space, but we don't.
Nah.
You know, or even another. This is kind of
Kinda know.
we kinda, Well, we kind of know about ghosts too.
Yeah.
But we kind of know about what happens after you die. Not really, you know. We kind of know about space, but we don't.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
we don't. We're sending these rockets with cameras attached to them still.
Yeah.
You know, that's all we got. We're taking pictures of Mars.
Yeah.
We're taking pictures of Mars. We're just now getting a rocket with a camera attached to it.
Yeah. They say a black hole is the how you get from one side of space that's like light years away to another.
That's wild.
Is like a black hole is how you get through. But like, who's going to be the first person to step into a black hole and test it? You know, not going to be me.
No, I think I'm good. God, imagine. I can't. Dude, you know another. This sounds so obvious to say, but the ocean is
Yeah.
We know probably as much as we do about space as we do the ocean.
Yeah.
Like, the ocean goes deep,
Yeah.
bro. There's creatures down there in the bottom of the ocean, and there's probably 1,000-foot squids.
Yeah.
You know,
Oh God.
Like,
I hate the ocean.
that's
dude.
terrifying.
Yeah, that shit is scary. To just know that there's something that big,
yeah.
that far down, just chilling. Oh God. Mm.
But yeah, man. Cool. This is 151. You got any final thoughts or statements, man? We're gonna get a guest on here next week for sure. Do some activities.
Cool. Yeah, that
For
sounds
sure.
good. Nah, man. It was fun. Yeah.
Yeah.
It was a good conversation for sure.
Yeah.
Thank y'all for sticking around if you made it this far. Appreciate you.
Absolutely, yeah. For sure. We're just gonna keep it going, keep it pumping, doing all kinds of crazy. Not crazy. I mean, we're just gonna be doing what the hell I want, but I'm just gonna keep doing content and keeping this thing up. Watch Parker's stream, follow us, and all that jazz.
Yep.
Boom.